up and said, get in the car. Tracksuit. And she drove his ass to Academy, bought him a running suit. She worked his ass out. And then she knocked on the door every morning, made him work out, worked his ass out. And he was good to go. Was grateful, so grateful for that woman. Still am. She's my sister. I'll show you something cool. I love it. You're 5 people. I don't even know where you're from. And the coolest thing is that you're going to get to see something nobody sees. Okay. You know how the military is all about the bells and the whistles, right? Well, this is the Gold Star family pin. And that's mine. And I only got a certain amount of them to give away to family. And believe me, we got a lot of family. You know how it is. Good Lord. And then half the friends are family, right? Well, Caleb's recruiter, who I call my sister, she got this pin. Well, not this one, but she got one of the very few pins that I had. She also just helped orchestrate Caleb's entire, like, all the military side, like, worked with my casualty assistance officer to work with the Patriot riders and other motorcyclists, and, you know, all the bells and the whistles, right, that people want to provide and do and honor, and it's beautiful. And then I had people coming to the house, so many people, like, it was just like a waterfall of kids, because Caleb was a friend to everybody. He had so many, you know, he was just a little popular kid, you know, he was just ornery and people loved him. He was funny. He's just, everybody felt loved by him, which was really beautiful, you know. And it's my honor to humanize him, and I appreciate you asking me to say something about that, Shanta. I think I just, honestly to God, I just have been so closed up, because, like I said, to walk through all of this, you have to, like, you have to guard your heart, and you have to be sensible, you know, when you're talking. You have to be, I don't know, there's just so many layers to this entire thing. There's the grief part, there's the justice part, there's the, like, having to read everything, all of the, I mean, hell, are you kidding me? I had to see these pictures and all this shit. Who does that? Who has to see that, you know? It's just, but me, you know, of course. And I, you know what? I'll do anything for that kid. But Shanta, he was all boy. He always hit people when he was this age. Like, it was his way of saying, I love you. And I'd be like, Caleb, but, like, it's too hard, son. Like, it's too hard. He just never got it. Even as, you know, when he's, you know, that age, he's like, still trying to, like, grab me and wrestle me to the ground, you know? Oh, just so beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna check these messages again, guys. Let's see. Oh, I'm a special education teacher. I know the feeling of messing up names. Yes, I was actually a special ed teacher for about 10 years, and then I've been an art teacher for almost about the same. I can't remember if it's my 19th year teaching, or I think it's my 19th year. You know how we're always off about our age a little bit? I'm like, I think I was 37 for like 4 years or something. I'm going to tell you, let's see. Fort Carson. Oh. Gosh, I don't know that base. I need to do some more investigating. Oh, goodness. Thank you guys so much for letting me just, let everything just kind of... I feel better now. Thanks. You know how it is after a good cry. I'm trying to read your comments. Sometimes I think that this app, like when I'm using my phone, I don't always get all the comments, like, I don't know. So Leslie, are you a special ed teacher? So you're a special ed teacher now? In what state are you in? I'm so curious if you're still there. So, okay, hold on. Abrian Jones, what do you mean by this place is terrifying, to say the least? Are you talking about like a base, or just out of curiosity? And honestly, I just said, like, I spilled out, like, I don't even know what I spilled out. I probably spilled out like everything I would spill out to my therapist. So thank you guys. Really appreciate you. And then you're just like, I went, blah, with all my feelings. So, maybe you're responding to something I said back there in my rabbit trail. I'm actually a huge dork. I will tell you that right now. Caleb was a huge dork. Like the kid, let me tell you something about Caleb. The kid wore these dorky, like, okay, I wish I know I've got a picture of him somewhere with these glasses, but, and his friends, his buddies all make fun of him too, and it's hilarious, but he was just kind of a geeky kid, he was an avid reader. He loved to read. I mean, he'd read, a big old thick book, in like a day or something ridiculous like that. For me, which I think is pretty amazing, because I'm dyslexic, so I'm like, I like to listen to things. Hi. Okay, so you're from Louisiana. That's where my friend Shanta, that I keep telling you guys about, she's not from Louisiana, but she's from, like, I guess you'd say South Texas, right? Over near Louisiana. I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to remember what town she's in. It's such a small, it's one of those really small towns. You like the glasses? I was just saying that I got these readers on Amazon Prime. I just looked up cat eye reading glasses. I got my eyes zapped. I'd saved up money for years to get my eyes fixed because I wore glasses my entire life, pretty much. Anyway, oh God, I forgot to tell you, but anyway, Caleb, I was on that story, but Caleb had these, like, gigantic glasses. I mean, he was this little, boy, and then he had these gigantic glasses. It was like, I don't know, like, maybe when he was in, like, the 5th grade or something. Anyway, it was funny. Hello, my friend. Charlene. And like I said before, I really do apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name. I'm actually terrified of it. I actually do love it when the kids correct me, when my students correct me on how to pronounce their names. Oh my goodness. Did Abriana go away? I asked a question, but I guess maybe she popped off the... Let's see. Well, Leslie's still here. My friend. I really appreciate you. I'm going to follow you, Leslie. Because you're my friend. And you're listening to me right now. It seems like there's more people, though, because I have like 3 on here, it says, but that might be also counting me. I don't know. Yeah, and see, like I said, close to the state line. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Gosh. Like I said before, I'm going to get Shanta on here. We're going to figure out a way to have an interview with her, a live interview. We talk. It's ridiculous, actually. People don't realize how close we are. We're actually, like, we call each other almost every morning. I mean, honestly, when I met Shanta Block, I was like, totally weirded out by her story of her sister, and I was like, oh my God, because you want to go, this can't be true, but then you're also trying to process what's happening to you. So, like, Shanta, I think, called me maybe a month and a half after Caleb had passed away, so everything was really fresh. I posted like some stuff on Facebook and about it might have been actually more like 2 or I don't know. Gosh, it was probably like a month and a half to 2 months or so after Caleb passed away. I feel like everything just completely, like, I'm just now going, oh, okay. I feel like my life is starting to maybe come back together just because, or to some level of normality, and if you can have any normality in a situation like this. But I guess maybe a couple deep breaths. Can actually take some deep breaths, maybe. I think a lot of it has to do with just the fact that I just got all the findings about Caleb's death, all of the different investigations, and like I said, I feel like, for instance, this is what I haven't done yet, that I just got like a couple Fridays ago. And see, I still can't go there. Can't read it yet. It took me a while to read this. But as you can see, like a good educator, good teacher, good student, I have just made lots of notes, lots of observations, and it's just fascinating. Fascinating read, actually. I don't know. You could actually get it through FOIA. I don't know if it would be available through Freedom of Information Act to anybody out there. But I don't know if I was able to just get this because I'm the mother, or if you guys can get a copy or not. But hey, you never know. It's worth a try, right? Doesn't hurt to have more eyes on the story. As I've said before, that media won't cover any of our stories. So that's why we Gold Star families who have lost our loved ones under mysterious circumstances, we call ourselves Gold Star watchdogs, because we watch out for each other, not just for Gold Stars, but for veterans. That is one of our biggest missions, is veterans. Now, we don't have a website or anything like that. We just call ourselves the Gold Star Watchdogs. Bam. Just like that. And we're a group of Gold Star mothers and sisters, brothers. Mainly, we haven't had any fathers yet join our group, but we show each other the ropes. Well, how do you file a FOIA? Well, let me show you. This is how you do it. And here's the link. And, oh, you need someone to read over your, your letter to your congressman? Sure. Send it over. One night, me and I call her my veteran advocate. Her name is Kimberly Walker. She's on here under, let's see, what is it called? The Unfathomable Truth is what she calls her page. But goodness, I have a lot of messages. Let me say hi, since I've lost track of what I was just saying. Oh my gosh. Try some of the names from Louisiana. What do you mean? Are you asking, oh my gosh. Are you asking me to pronounce some of the names from Louisiana? I don't know. Shanta's very southern when you hear her talk. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying, Leslie. You're talking about as a teacher got it. Gotcha. I'm following you now. Yeah. I can't imagine. The parents are so creative with names. People name their kids these days. I love it. I always love it when I find a new one too. I'm like, yes. It's like I feel like I'm picking up little trinkets along the way of like new names. I had a student, true story, her name was Tina. That's how you pronounce her name, but you spelled it Tienya. Yep. But anyway, so this is my life, folks. And for some reason, I still can't get, if anybody else is asking any questions and you're still waiting on me to respond, I'm sorry, because I haven't. It's like I said, sometimes if I'm on my phone here, I'm looking for my iPad, it will let me read the messages from a different device, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness. So it's just, how did the meeting go? Let's see. Okay. I'm going backwards here. So, hold on 1 second. Yes, please do look her up. I'm just now getting all of your messages. Let me see real quick if I can find my, there it is. I may have to just get back on here later sometime, but since the messages aren't popping up here like I want them to. Hey, Michelle, I was just talking about you. And how awesome you are. like I said before, my amazing recruiter, Caleb's recruiter, she's just incredible. Like, she like completely is like, she's like I said before, she set up all the bells and whistles for Caleb. I mean, we even had the fire department do the whole like, oh, here's my this is Smokey. Say hi, Smokey. Isn't he cute? Caleb loved Smokey. Anyway, yeah, she she set up the whole fire department where the plane comes through, and they have two fire trucks, you know, and they cross the hoses. And the plane goes through. It's just gorgeous. I have some amazing pictures from that day, but that was the day that Caleb's body was delivered. Oh my gosh. So she was at the house every single day, like several times a day. But I was saying before, like, I kind of got off track earlier when I was talking about Caleb's best friend, because I was just talking about Caleb, what an amazing friend he was to people. But this is Trevor, and Trevor, Caleb and Trevor were friends. Oh my God, forever, since like elementary, right? And you know, it was one of the hardest things was just telling, you know, and then she couldn't tell Trevor because he was going in. Caleb had recruited him actually while he was here for hometown recruiting, and he was about to ship out. And anyway, so she scoops him up and drives him over to the house, and I have to tell him, you know, what happened. But I think a friend had already told him, you know. But that was just a tragic day, just a horrifying, tragic day. But I will tell you that this woman, this amazing recruiter, she was there, like I said, every single day. I have a hard time saying ugly things about, you know, I've heard people say ugly things about recruiters and about the military in general, about recruiting, and I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that we need the military. We need, but I mean, we need people that lead with integrity and empathy, and you know, I mean, we don't expect our soldiers to be coddled, for crying out loud. But you know, Caleb, I always say Caleb's the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. You know, Caleb would have, if he talked about the valor of dying in battle, and that he, you know, he was just all about, you know, serving his country. And I guess he just, like I said, he didn't know a stranger really. He was very popular at his high school and elementary, junior high. He was just popular. He was not a really outspoken like I am. I think I talk a lot more than he did. He was real quiet, but whenever he did speak, it was kind of cute how profound he could be, and he was just cute, you know. I don't know, as a mom, you're just like, oh, you're so cute, you know, like you're just proud of him, you know. Anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. Let me see if I can see any more comments. So the meeting. Thank you, Leslie, for helping me out with the whole live thing on Instagram. I really appreciate it. We're trying to figure out how we can I can do an interview with some folks and do a live on here. Anyway, we're going to figure it out. But how the meeting went is a long story. And it was like me sitting at a conference table, at my congressman's office with, maybe like 6 or 7 people that they brought from Fort Bragg and from different places and different, had different jobs, I guess. There was a JAG lawyer. There was, sorry, it is just hard. I can talk about all this stuff for a while, and then I run out of juice. I run out of momentum. It's just an emotional thing, I think, because I have to go back there. But give me just a second. Yes, Team Lubbock loves all the soldiers. Yes. Well, Michelle, she also started. This is my Caleb's recruiter. She started what did you call it, Michelle? God, Future Soldier program. She would just do workouts with them, and I just think that's so amazing. Like, I look at Michelle. I look at that entire strip. And all the other recruiting offices, like, I've gone to all the other recruiting offices when it was like Veterans Day and I was looking for stuff to put on the walls at school. And I mean, like, there's hardly any people in the other offices. It's weird. Like, it's a family in the Army hub, over there. You created a great space out there, Michelle. It was amazing. Oh, go ahead. You want to tell me something without sounding offensive. Okay. We'll go for it. Try your hardest. I'll try to mute eyes. And by the way, let's see here. Of course, get justice for your son. However, please don't let it consume your life. Oh, yes, absolutely. No, I'm not offended by that. And I think that's sweet. And there is a balance to it. But let me tell you something. I don't know who I'm talking to here. Is it Jay Sona? Am I pronouncing that right? I love it. Yeah, I don't want it to consume my life. There is a statute of limitations for certain things that have to be done. And like I said, let's see, Caleb passed away, or they say he passed away. Let's just say it this way. His body was found on January the 21st, 2020. And it's taken, I just 2 weeks ago, finally got the other, like the 15-6, the line of duty investigations, and there was 2 other investigations I didn't even know about. And I already had the CID. I've had the CID for a couple months anyway. So it's you know how the Army is. You know how the military is. It takes. I don't know. I don't know how it runs. I don't know how it runs. I don't want to judge because I don't know how it runs. But you know how it runs. And I've heard that it's hard to get things moving sometimes. It takes a while. So, and grief does take a while. It's like trudging through. Let me show you something. This is what grief is like. And I'm an artist. I'm a painter.
And I've expressed my grief differently than anybody else. And by the way, I have an alter ego. Her name is Lady Lament. And she's blue. This is Lady Lament. This is my own self-portrait. This word, I know it's backwards right now, says sorrow. Sorrow. And sorrow down deep in my heart for my son, but I feel a lot of sorrow for the other soldiers and soldiers' families that are seeking justice. I mean, like Shanta Block for Kamisha Block. 14 years. Are you kidding me? Lavina Johnson. Come on. Just look it up. Lavina Johnson. Say your name. Lavina Johnson. I don't even know where her family is. I would love to speak to her family. This is like another self-portrait. It's me. It's like a bomb goes off and it's slow motion. Like you are obliterated, but you see everything in slow motion. And let me tell you something. After your soldier passes away, those first few months, but especially those first couple weeks, is so surreal. And it's like you're walking through this, you're just trembling. It's like the air even feels different. It's like all your senses are heightened or something. It's just the most bizarre experience. So I don't want to let it consume my life, but it does have to run some kind of a course, And I think, like I said before, just having gotten having this meeting accomplished with Fort Bragg. I was saying before, sitting here at this big, boardroom table at my congressman's office and going through this 12-page presentation. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? 12 pages? But what about all this? And all of this that you just handed me. And this big-ass baby that you just handed me. And this is the 12-page, sum it up, basically. There's a lot of holes in all of that. And all of that horseshit. You see it? All that redacted crap. The fact is that there's a chain of command that actually needs to be held responsible. And only one specialist is going to be held responsible for any of this. Caleb went to the ER 3 times, was turned away once. They're saying that there's no proof of any of that, except for in all of that. There are soldier after soldier that's saying that they turned him away from the Womack Medical Center. There's just so many holes in it that it leads me to believe that it doesn't, nothing flows, nothing makes any sense at all. They, you know, even in the interviews, which I'm sure you would have to in some way or another, like, ask, you know, hey, so is this soldier basically suicidal? Like, were they, you know, unhappy or any of that, you know? And everybody's answer in there is no. He was happy. He was a good, you know, soldier, and et cetera, you know? Oh, you swiped out on accident, Christina. Or Charlene. Okay. Let's see. Okay, getting back to the messages here. Oops. Everyone. Thank you. Yes, everyone does experience their grief in different ways. And I can't wait to show you some of these other paintings that I've done of other Gold Star mothers. You know what? I'll show you the one I did of Brandon's mom. I can't show you the one I did of Shanta yet. There's something that I can't show you that's in the picture that we're working on. Or she's working on with her congressman and a whole slew of other people. Anyway, this right here, though, is Terry Caserta, mother of Brandon Caserta. And he was in the U.S. Navy. He was a part of the SEALs. He was training. He was in training for that. And I'll let her tell you everything else. But she's got an act that we're trying to get passed called the Brandon Act. And she even has a website. Here's Brandon, by the way. There's Brandon. I also have Brandon right here. See, I've been to protests and stuff with all these people. There's Brandon. Anyway, I get so rabbit trailed. Yeah, there's just so many layers to all of it, Jason. I hope I'm saying your name right. Gosh, I don't know. I know I'm probably not. Goodness. Yeah, and I know it's really hard to lose soldiers, you know. I just think about how hard it is even on y'all, you know, your end of things as being in the military. I mean, I set my casualty assistance officer in Fort Bragg. This guy, oh my God, I love him. But let me tell you something. This man has seen some battle. He was telling me he needed another shoulder replacement surgery. Another one. You know, he'd been shot up and all that. And, you know, you think about, like, on my end, I mean, I try to empathize with people. And I'm just like, you think about, like, all that you guys... especially folks that are right in the middle of a battle, you're going to see some shit, and it's going to get in you. And then you see your battles, you know, maybe die right in front of you, or you know, it's I had a lot of respect for him. For what he even just had to watch. But then you think on top of that, like all the people that he called, battles, and then you'll never see him again. And that's a lot of death on your heart, and I just, and I think about Caleb, I think, he idolized all these, guys. He, looked up to him, wanted to be a ranger, sapper, what else? Hotel 8. Let's see, what else did he have? Air assault, right? All this stuff. And even though he won't ever get to do that here on this planet, in my mind, and I think one thing that just gives me great peace is I do feel him behind me in a very powerful way, like as some sort of gigantic, angel creature of the night, like these, in my mind, like as an artist, like you can imagine, right? I've got this painting whole idea in my mind of what he looks like now, as this amazing angel, but I see so many. I see the multitude, and they're all there. And it's just like a silent, a battle that I don't think that I didn't know that it even existed. Like I said, Caleb had only been in the Army for 8 months. I was a brand new Army mom, and I was so excited. I was just like, I was the red, white, and blue queen, all the Army flags and signs, and, Caleb was just rolling his eyes. And, man, we'd come out of the, commissary or whatever over there at Fort Benning and Fort Leonard Wood when he was over there. And I'm just like, buy everything, that has to do with anything that he was a part of, I was just so proud of him. And I still am, I know that if Caleb was alive, that he would lead with integrity and empathy, and because he was just that kind of a person. And I wonder sometimes if it just gets beaten out of you or something in the military, that's why I think that, it has to, when you see so much death, or maybe not every soldier's faced with that, but still, whatever it is that you're tasked with in the Army or the military, it's not a joke. There's a lot that you guys do. So much love and respect to you. And I feel like I'm off task again. This is what happens after a day of working as a teacher, But it's nice to catch up and just be able to not keep it all harbored inside of my heart, because I have I just have so much, there's so many layers and levels of grief in there, The only thing that I could think to do once I met Shanta, my friend Shanta, I was telling about earlier, the only thing I could think to do was just join forces. When I realized that she was not joking about how her sister died, I was like, OMG. And so we planned immediately. We were the whole Vanessa Gann thing was breaking out at Fort Hood. Her sister, Kamisha Block, was out there or what had been 14 years ago out there at Fort Hood. And then my casualty assistance services have all come out of Fort Hood because I'm in Texas. So, anyway, we hightailed it. We hightailed it to Fort Hood. Man, we stood right out front the gates of Fort Hood. It was amazing. And that was very therapeutic for me to be able to protest. And if you go look up Lady Lament here on TikTok, you'll see what I looked like that day that I protested. I mentioned I was an artist, right? So I just, got a little artistic about it. Anyway, Lady Lament. My alter ego. But anyway, my cat is wanting to come in to Caleb's room. I'm in Caleb's room right now. But anyway, so that was really interesting to be right front and center at a protest, and to be able to just yell and speak and educate. And there were people that would actually drive by, and we had all kinds of signs. My veteran advocate, she flew in from Cincinnati, Ohio, and she brought all kinds of banners and signs that she had professionally printed, and we put them out there on the corner right in front of Fort Hood, and we just expressed ourselves. We didn't even know what to do. It was the funniest thing. We were just like, well, we're here and it's nice to meet you. And we were just all these different, it was about 5 families. And we all got together, and it was really amazing just to be able to unite with them and share stories and hear stories, and just talk about who our soldiers were. That was amazing. My cat wants to say hello. He's a little bit, he likes to upstage the situation sometimes. But anyway, so here we are standing out there in front of Fort Hood, and we bring a tent, we set all that stuff up, and I have a bullhorn, Shanta's got a bullhorn, and I'm like, well, I didn't even know where to start, where do you start? So I just start saying, just kind of talking like I am right now, what to do, and these passersby, and I'm just like, hey, check out Caleb Smither, I don't know. I was just trying to do different things, to get attention. And, in my mind, there was like I said, there was like 5 families out there, and we were just like, what's been all the fuss, the Vanessa Guillen thing, there's been protesters out there, but nobody. And then about noon, it seemed like the entire Mexican community, for at least a mile, trucks in the middle of the day with their lights on, honking, with their Tejano music playing, people yelling and saying stuff, about Vanessa. They had this amazing an altar that they had built outside of this tattoo studio that was just right there on the corner in front of Fort Hood. And that was an honor to stand in front of, let me tell you. To be able to stand in front of that, because let me tell you something, that young lady, with what happened to her, she got that door a-moving. This door that the Gold Star families who have been seeking justice for their soldiers for many, many years have been banging it. And she was able to kind of move it ajar. Now, we haven't really seen, like, this is controversial, God, okay? I may wait for this one when I get Shanta on here. But, oh my gosh, my cat is attacking my hair. He wants attention right now. I'm giving you guys the attention. Anyway, but back to the whole protest. We went for several protests. We went to another one where it was a women's veteran, where they were uniting to coming together. It was they didn't call it a protest. It was it was at a college, but anyway, it was just like, they gave us the floor to be able to speak, and they gave me an opportunity to speak. They gave Shanta an opportunity to speak. These women veterans were saying about things that they have endured as sexual and violence is alarming, and everyone needs to hear it if you can stand it, because it's, I mean, I feel for these women. I mean, I have actually endured, I've endured rape before, okay? But when I think about these women veterans and what they go through, it just, I just can't even. Anyway, I got to speak with them, and they honored me by letting me share about Caleb, and it was just incredible. But the thing that we kept noticing time and time again, because we've been trying to get coverage on these stories for so long, is that there's not been very many. There's been maybe a few. There's been some kind people, just strangers, like that have. There's somebody that made one on Caleb. If you just go look up PV2 Caleb Smither on YouTube, there's somebody that did like a little documentary, short little 8-minute documentary on him. But like Shanta, like her sister has had a show, actually. Like a little documentary, like a legit, like I don't know what I'll have to find out what it's called and get back with you guys. But I actually bought it. It's on. You can buy it. The one episode on Amazon. I'll have Shanta make a video about it, and maybe I'll share it. Anyway, it's just been hard to get anybody to cover our story. I mean, like I had the young lady from our small town here in Lubbock, Texas, one of the news channels. She covered a story of Caleb's before, and then as it starts to get more controversial, then less and less coverage and more. So, like, and they did a story on Caleb at Christmas, but then never showed it. I mean, she came out here and interviewed me, and then they never showed it. They did all the work, and they never even played it. So, you know, I mean, I do appreciate you guys so much. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and follow you, Jasona. And by the way, if you want me to follow you, I will. Just say it. say pretty please. Okay, yeah, Michelle says, this is Caleb's recruiter. She says, we had a future soldier program on Thursdays with all of our future soldiers. Oh, and on Sundays, yes. That woman, I'm telling you, if you missed my whole spiel about her, I'm going to sing her praises forever. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I left off on the comments. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Is that Michelle? Are you still there? Oh my God, I love you, girl. I'm exhausted right now. I had a good cry on here earlier, and I told everybody about... I didn't say how Caleb got in trouble. But I just said that all the recruiters at once said, do you want this job? And that you worked his ass out. You were like, get in the car. We're going to Academy. And this chica, she bought his ass a jumpsuit and said, you're going to work out. I'm going to work your ass out, boy. That's exactly what she did. And I feel like she saved him. She saved his life from some, God, the kid he was a baby. He was a child. I remember when I was 18, man, I was a fucked up mess. I said it. Good night. This is Casey. This is our Casey. Another one of Michelle's precious little army babies. We love her. She served till she was a specialist, actually. I think she actually may have gotten another promotion, but I'm not sure. And then she just got out, actually. I believe she just got out. And she got married, too. One of Caleb's girlfriends. They were in love. Yeah, he was just lost at the time. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. He was just lost at the time. I mean, God, I was so lost at 18. Oh, my God. I am going to let you guys go because Casey just called me. And I need to call her back. You know how she is, Michelle. You got to get her when you can. So much love to you guys. It did me a whole world of good just getting on here and talking. Like I said, I mean, I did the whole vet counseling thing for a while, and it was hard for me to make all the appointments after I started working again. And so it was just, thank you so much for being my soft place to land after work today. And I just wish you guys all a restful evening, and sorry, I was just reading your comments. Yeah, I hope you have a restful evening, and take care of that family, Michelle. Love you guys. Bye.